This is Audiobook Caboodle YouTube channel. Click on the subscribe button and listen unlimited audiobooks anytime, anywhere.
Part 5 of Lives of Two Cats by Pierre Loti, translated by M.B. Richards. Section 15. After this, we said, the cats did this or that. They were an intimate and inseparable pair, taking counsel together, following each other in the least and most trivial actions of their lives, and making their toilets together, licking each other with mutual interest. Pussy White maintained her position as the special cat of Aunt Clara, while the Chinese continued my faithful little friend, holding fast to her old habits of following me with her speaking eyes, and replying in her expressive "tr, tr, tr," whenever I spoke to her. Scarcely would I be seated before a light paw rested on me, as in the old evenings on the ship. 2 questioning eyes sought mine, then a bound, and she was on my knees, slowly making her preparations for a nap, plying her forepaws alternately, turning herself round to the right, then to the left, and usually finding the right position by the time I was ready to depart. What a mystery, a soul's mystery, perhaps, this constant affection of an animal and its unchanging gratitude. Section 16. They were much spoiled, the 2 cats. Admitted to the dining room at mealtimes, often seated one on my right and the other on my left, recalling to me, occasionally, their presence by a light stroke of the paw on my napkin, and watching for titbits that I fed them surreptitiously, like a guilty schoolboy, from the tip of my fork. In recording this, I still farther darken my reputation, which, it seems, is already reputed incorrect and eccentric. I can, however, criticize a certain member of the Academy, who, having done me the honour of dining at my table, did not refrain from offering to our pussies, even in his own spoon, a little chantilly cream. Section 17. The following summer was for Pussy Grey a period of absolutely delicious life. With her originality and her foreign air, she had grown almost beautiful, so finely reclad in glossy fawn colour. All around, in the cat world, in the gardens and on the roofs, the news had circulated of the presence of this piquant stranger, and candidates for her smiles were numerous. They smirked and serenaded beneath her windows in the balmy nights filled with perfume of honeysuckle and rose. During September, the 2 cats experienced, at almost the same time, the joy of motherhood. Pussy White, it is needless to relate, was already a well-known matron. As to Pussy Grey, when her first moments of surprise had passed, she tenderly licked the precious tiny grey kitten, spotted and mottled like a tiger, her only son. Section 18. The reciprocal attachment of the 2 families was touching. The comical little Chinese and the little Angora, round as a powder-puff, frolicking together, and nourished, washed, and watched by one or the other mother with an almost equal solicitude. Section 19. In the winter season, Pussy becomes peculiarly the hearthstone guest, constant companion of the fireside, sharing with us, before the flickering flames, vague melancholies and endless reveries of the long twilights. Since the first frosts, Pussy Grey had lost all roughness of her mottled coat, and Pussy White had donned the most imposing cravat, a boa of snowy whiteness that framed her face like a Medici ruff. It is well known that in winter the cat attains its fullest perfection of flesh and fur. Their attachment grew as they warmed themselves together by the fireside. They slept entire days in each other's arms, on the cushions in the armchairs, rolled in a single ball where heads and tails were alike indistinguishable. Pussy Grey could never get sufficiently close to her friend. Returning from some scamper in open air, if she perceived the Angora sleeping before the fire, she softly, very softly, approached her, as if about to spring upon a mouse. The other, always nervous, whimsical, irritated at being disturbed, sometimes gave her a light cuff of disapproval. She never retaliated, the Chinese, but merely raising her little paw, as if quite ready to laugh, then saying to me from a corner of her eyes, "You must allow that she is rather cross, but I don't mind it at all, you may be sure." Then, with redoubled precaution, she always attained her desired purpose, which was to lay herself completely upon the other, her head sunk in the silky snow. And before sleeping she said to me from half-closed eyes, "This is all I wanted. Here I am." End of Part 5.
This was Audiobook Caboodle YouTube channel presentation. We hope you enjoyed listening. For full audiobook, check out our playlist section. Links in description below.